Hey, Marcy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Am I the only one here?
Yeah, so far. I'm gonna. Normally there's a few more, so we'll see. And there's a guest speaker today, so she better show up. But let me send her the whatever it is, URL, that thing. Yeah, I can't believe that you live in a community. I'm like so super jealous. You have no idea. Drew and I've been going back and forth about it.
Oh, really? It's not. I think that there's a lot of pros and cons to it, of course. And I think that
yeah, I would love to pick your brain about it for sure. How long have you lived there?
We're going into year.
What did you say?
Our sixth year.
Sixth. Okay. Did you buy the property that you live in?
No, we are renting our house.
You rent the house, okay.
Yeah, but there's everybody else there. We have our farmhouse, the main house, which is there along with our house, and I'm renting our house. And then everybody else built their homes on the land.
Okay.
But then one of those homes is for rent, and then we have another house that's for sale, or a lot that's for sale for building on.
So if somebody rents, do you have to like qualify somehow, or like, you know what I mean? Like, do they let anybody come in there? I mean, or is there?
Yeah, no, you have to have some type of interest in community,
Right?
So that way you can kind of integrate with everyone on a on an even level, so that everybody's kind of working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
And like as our community, we have 5 intentions that we each strive to live by, and it's nice if everybody can kind of find harmony with those intentions, and then after a certain amount of time, if you feel like membership is like your thing, then you kind of you write a letter for membership to join.
Okay.
Go through a clearness process. So it's Quaker, and a whole bunch of different ways of doing business and doing work together in the Quaker process. So it's kind of really interesting because we don't identify as Quakers. So
no, really? Oh, okay. All right.
So it's neat for us because self-using Quaker practice like every day because it's so helpful. It's so the way they really think about stuff, and the teachings that that have stuck with me have really they're really cool. They're really cool. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we can talk more about that later.
Yeah. Right.
There's several more people on the call. Hopefully Angela will be here shortly. And she's going to be the one who's talking about Diamond Club and what that looks like, and share some things that they learned during that we can use kind of on a daily basis. But first I'm going to cover some huge announcements that we have from last month, because we had an amazing month. You all were doing incredible things last month. Oops, I'm going to make it smaller and I made it bigger. And I mean, it's just, we had huge volume because people were making the most of all of the specials that were going on. We had, I think, over 255 enrollments on our team, which is huge. That's a fantastic number. And hold on, I'm going to pull it up to make sure. 288. Sorry, it was 250 in October and then 288 in November. So November is always our biggest month. December might come in pretty close. I can't remember for sure. Drew should know that, but December is bigger. Okay. Well, with free frankincense, it's bound to be bigger, and the volume is great this month. So hopefully you all are seeing that in your teams too, and with enrolling people and encouraging people to get those 200 PV orders to get the free frankincense. It's always a huge incentive. So great work. Awesome. Now I'm going to switch over and talk about the actual production and what you guys accomplished last month, and announce rank advancements and the people who top enrollers. There we go. And I like to always preface this by saying, I love when people enroll a lot of people, but I love when people enroll one person or help one person with the oils, because that's ultimately the goal. So you don't have to enroll massive amounts of people to be successful with doTERRA, but it surely does feel pretty good to help as many people as you possibly can. So I'm going to start with 5 enrollments or I'm sorry, 4 enrollments or more in terms of top enrollments for November. So Ann Davis got 4, Suzanne Blaylock got 4, and Stephanie Martin got 4. Awesome work, ladies. That's very exciting. Amy Mead got 5 new enrollments. Raylee Pierce, 5 new enrollments. Awesome work. That's tremendous. Emily Mallard had 6 enrollments. Awesome, Emily. Jenny Starnes had 7 enrollments. And Kim Petrides, I try to say that right every time, I'm sorry, Kim, is 7. Ann Adamski got 8 enrollments. Incredible. Kathy Benitez also had 8. And then Stephanie Katera had 11. So that is an amazing amount of people to have shared doTERRA with, and for them to actually jumped on membership. And I guarantee that most of those were probably with people that they had been working with for a long time. So this is the harvest season. So those big numbers are representative of all the seeds that people have been laying in, the summertime, when it wasn't as fun to be trying to get people to classes because they were too busy going to the beach or whatever. So it's important that we realize these are the fruits of a long time of labor. Okay, hang on 1 second. Then I'm going to we have a long list of rank advancements. So I'm going to start with hold on 1 second. I'm going to make sure I've muted everybody. Getting some feedback. Okay. Okay, so our top enrollers for last month, we had a new platinum. That's super exciting. Platinum is a great rank to get to. And you can look at that, what that means, what the average pay rate and all that stuff on different places online if you're not familiar with what our ranks look like. But platinum is a huge rank. And Alicia Latour hit platinum. Congratulations, Latours. You guys have been working it hard. They actually did Diamond Club. Not last spring, but maybe in the fall of last year, I think. So I think a lot of the seeds that they planted at that time, they've been, watering and really came to fruition, and they got platinum. So very exciting. But now I'm going to start with the executives and roll up to the platinum. Okay, so Fred White hit executive. Awesome work. The Kenneth Yates hit executive. Jessica Mai, executive. Sandra Murray, executive. Awesome work, guys. Matthew Wagner, executive. Pamela Walker, executive. Amy Mead, executive. Karen Lilly, executive. Awesome work. That's amazing, you guys. Keep up the great work. This is the, when you hit executive, that's a really meaningful rank to hit. If you have 2 executives, then you can be premier. So at that point, you're really starting to step out of your comfort zone and reach out and probably beyond even your own family and close circle when you get to executive. And then Christina Akers hit elite. Meredith Renoir, elite. Jessica Farrar, elite. Michelle Mills, elite. Michelle Smith, elite. And then Aubrey Rodriguez also hit elite. Awesome work, guys. That's fantastic. We talk about elite as a big role because if you can kind of break down every single rank by elite. So if you are talking about platinum, that means that you have 12 elites in the right places. So if you can master what it takes to get to elite and share that and help other people reach elite, you really are, there's no end to what you can achieve with doTERRA in terms of rank. Jenny Starnes hit premier. Awesome. She jumped forward 2 ranks in November, so that's huge. Renee Guizzetti, premier also. Awesome work, Renee. Alicia Eggers got silver. Congratulations, Alicia. Tracy House hit silver also. Congratulations, Tracy. And Stephanie Katera, silver. So that is huge. 3 silvers on our team. That's phenomenal. It's very exciting. And I hope all of you who maybe aren't silver yet see that when you see these names are familiar, they keep popping up again and again and have for months and months, and that leads to this. So awesome work, guys. November was super exciting. It was very fun. You guys were all rank advancing well before the end of the night, and it was most impressive. So usually people wait until the last day of the month, and it wasn't like that this year or this month. Sorry, I've been a very busy doTERRA bee today, so I'm a little out of it. Okay, I lost there we go. Okay, you're back. Now I can see your faces. Okay, and then I don't have a ton of announcements, just I wanted to reiterate, make sure you're taking advantage of the specials, the 200 PV special with the frankincense, and then of course the We Miss You special is huge. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I know it's taking, if you're working on placements and you're trying to get placements in, and moved around kind of thing, then as long as you have dated, what I'm told, as long as you have a dated email to placements before they place their order, you should be good to go. So you don't have to wait to see them show up on your tree in the right place before they place their order. I hope that makes sense and clarifies that a little bit. If anybody has anything they want to add to chat, feel free to use the chat feature. That's a convenient way for you to ask questions, or unmute yourself and ask. That's fine. Raise your hand. I'm happy to try to address. I know there's been, it's kind of a confusing special, and so we want to make sure all the questions are answered. Oh, I see hands raised. Heather, did you have a question?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, go.
I don't understand what everybody's talking about with moving people and placements.
Okay, well, I'll give a quick overview. So with anyone who's been inactive for 6 months, so they haven't ordered anything at all in 6 months, they can write an email, just basically send an email to placements and say, I would like to change my sponsorship and enrollment and move over to this sponsor and this enroller.
Okay. All right. I got it now.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So it's a good time, since we're trying to reactivate these people, to get them to do that for us. Okay, Kim, I see you. Kim, can you hear me? I can unmute you. No? Kim, are you there?
Oh, God.
Kim?
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was raising my hand for you to mute me because it was so loud at my house. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and mute me.
Okay, you're muted. Okay. Other announcements, we have Oils of the Bible coming up. There's one in Greensboro at our HQ on Monday night, and then there's one in High Point. It's going to be the combined High Point and also the Keeley Road Park, or Keeley Park, or I might be saying the wrong park. Miller Park, sorry. Miller Park and High Point will be combined on that Tuesday, just to kind of, because of the holidays. So next Monday here in Greensboro, and then Tuesday in High Point. So 2 good opportunities to learn that class and to just kind of delve into that topic, which is a fun topic for everyone. If that's something that interests you and you can't make it, we may try to do a recorded version. And I know that some people are using a PowerPoint that you probably can flip through and on your own, if that's something that you want to do. I know some of you are far away. So, and then let's see, what other things are coming? We're doing a cleanse class on Thursday night this week. So that's tomorrow night, because it's a really good time to encourage people with the cleanse, because they can purchase all the stuff they need to do the cleanse and then get a free frankincense. So if you're not planning to come, maybe you should bring somebody for the cleanse, because it's a really good tool to use. And if you know that information, and again, there's a PowerPoint from doTERRA that we'll use, and it's very helpful if you understand the cleanse for when people want to use it. And if you haven't done it yourself, I encourage you to try it. We do it every January, at least once a year, and I'm almost looking forward to it as much as I guess you can, to the detoxing. But yeah, so that's really good. And then we have an intro class next Wednesday night, or no, I'm sorry, next Thursday on the 15th. So if you have people, it can be a little difficult to get hostesses this time of year, but a lot of times we have one random person that really needs to get to a class. So if you want to invite somebody to that, feel free to. Of course, it's best if you come with them. So, okay, I think that's it. Now, well, hold on. I'm not seeing Angela in here. That's going to be a problem. Hang on one sec. Let me text. Hopefully she has connection.
Lacey, she was in Roanoke tonight at Oils of the Bible, so it's possible she either forgot or doesn't have a connection on the way home.
She's in Roanoke tonight?
Yeah, the Oils of the Bible class was changed to tonight.
Oh. Well, that's suspicious. Okay. Well, so, all right. Well, guys, what do we want to talk about? Because I have not done Diamond Club. I can tell you what little I do know about what they did do. And there was a lot of incentives that they offered that were, you know, bigger and smaller depending on different things. But I'll do an overview. Is anyone in here somebody that's done Diamond Club? Yeah, Kelly has. Okay, good. Kelly. Never mind. You're going to be our Diamond Club expert tonight, Kelly.
Great.
Oh, is she home? Okay, well, they're getting on. But Kelly, why don't you really quick tell us what your experience was and what you like about Diamond Club and whether you intend to do it again and all those different things.
I think Diamond Club is an amazing opportunity that the company gives their leaders to really push forward and really be able to get somewhere, especially with teams that are not within your local area because of the reimbursements they're willing to give. I mean, not a lot of companies will do that, you know, and I think that's really awesome of doTERRA. It really is, can be a really great thing for your business if you plan and if you go about it in the right way. You can't make a plan to be in 5-10 different areas just because you think you're going to get reimbursed, because you're not going to get anywhere if you don't just choose 1 or 2 areas that you're really going to work on and move those forward. And that was, we had a great time in Diamond Club and learned a lot, but that was something that if we went back in, we would do a lot differently, because we really stretched ourselves thin and didn't really think ahead about how trying to be in 5-6 different places was going to affect our ability to actually move ahead. And so definitely only pick 1 or 2 areas to be in, get your builders involved there and people really excited, and make sure that you plan ahead for it and don't just leave it to chance that people are going to be at classes and that your builders are going to do what you need them to do. You really have to be on top of that. So.
Right. Okay. So you mean 1 or 2 different regions where you have team members already?
Yes. Don't try to get to, you know, more than 2 or 3 different places.
Okay. So focusing on those 3 during that time period. So what, can you just tell us what the parameters of Diamond Club are? You know, like what does that look like? What do you have to do to qualify to do Diamond Club?
Yeah, you have to get 3 enrollments in the qualifying month, and this would be the qualifying month. And I think that Silver Club, those of you that are involved in Silver Club, that's really going to help you get those enrollments. So that's great that this is on the tail of Diamond Club. And you have to have 5 people in your home region within 75 miles of you that are on LRP, which for most people, that's no problem if you've been building for any length of time. And then you also have to have 5 on LRP in whatever you're calling your away region, which is 75 miles away from you or more. So say that Roanoke was my away region, I would have to have 5+ people on LRP in Roanoke and 5+ people on LRP in Greensboro to qualify. And then the last qualification is hitting silver in December. Sometimes they make an exception on that if you're a really strong premier or you almost hit. If you're really interested in Diamond Club and you haven't quite met all of the qualifications, talk to your upline and get them to talk to their AM, because they can give you an extension into January to get an extra enrollment or whatever you might be missing to get someone on an LRP that maybe wasn't on LRP this month. So those are the qualifications. The parameters are that you have to, the first month you have to enroll 10 people. And then the second, third, and fourth month, you have to enroll 18 people with 100+ PV orders in order to stay in Diamond Club. You have to have at least 1 sponsor, but 3 is preferred, because that sponsor is going to be, the sponsors are going to collectively be in charge of 50% of the incentives.
Wait 1 second really quick. So when you said enrollments, though, it's not personal enrollments.
No, it's sorry. It is, you have to set up Diamond Club events, and those can be with your team members and builders. and you enter them into your Diamond Club back office, but they can be anybody on your team's enrollments. And I'm not sure what the percentage is now, but the semester that I did it, they had changed it to be that it could only be your team and no sideline teams, but now they've opened it back up that a percentage of the enrollments can be sideline team events. You do have to be face-to-face. They cannot be Zoom classes, Facebook classes, calls, or whatever. You have to have seen the person and introduced them to the Diamond Club specials. And they have within 3 days of the class to sign up to get those Diamond Club specials. And they're very similar to the Silver Club specials if you're doing that. Basically, you do a 100 plus PV enrollment, they get like a bottle of Balance. And then if they do a 400 plus PV enrollment, they'll get a bottle of Balance and a bottle of grapefruit. They're pretty standard each time. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I think that it might be Jenny Brown on the call too. Jenny, is that Jenny Brown or is that Jenny Starnes? We need some initials. It'll be like elementary school again. Oh, there's Lane. Sweet.
There he is.
Hey, Mr. Watkins. Nice of you to join us.
Hey.
All right, so Lane and Angela just came fresh out of Diamond Club. It ended the end of November. It lasts for 4 months. Starting. So when did it start? August? September? September.
Yeah, August, September, October, November.
Okay. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience? And I'd love for you to translate how you could maybe people who aren't necessarily doing Diamond Club could maybe incorporate some of the things that you did at your classes to encourage enrollments and that kind of thing.
So the first thing is we didn't plan on it until the very last minute to even try to apply for Diamond Club. So we got in and we had no time to kind of prepare for Diamond Club. So if you're thinking about going into Diamond Club, I would definitely say start planning your classes at least 2 months out and really have them booked up because with the way the points base goes, if you're wanting to do it for points to actually win, it's better off if you can get the most people in the first 2 months because you get points for LRPs than the following 2 months if they do them. So that's the first thing that we didn't really prepare for that. Luckily, we did have a lot of classes though, so I mean we were pretty booked for a long time. But so that would be the one thing. The next is prepare to just be absolutely chaotic because it's just going to get crazy. I mean, I don't think I saw Angela except for maybe on the weekends because either I was gone somewhere or she was gone somewhere or we were both gone somewhere. So get ready for that. The other thing, some of the stuff that we kind of incorporated, and we kind of learned this from Alicia when she did Diamond Club, is we actually made the little keychains that hold the 8 vials. And we just filled them about half full with whatever oils we had, basically. Most of it was from the Family Essentials kit. But some of them I like Serenity. I put in a lot of them because I like Serenity. So we had those, and if people enrolled with 100 PV or more, we gave them a keychain right there on the spot. And you'd be surprised how many people really just want the keychain, and they will gladly enroll for a keychain. I mean, it's ridiculous. They love them. And most people want purple, so don't bother getting any other color than purple. I had black, I had camouflage, but everybody wanted purple. And then the other thing we were doing was if they set up their LRP for at least 100 PV the following month, we actually mailed them an Essential Life book. And I, media mailed those out. I think it was between media mail shipping and the little bubble pack to put it in. was like $640, I think, to mail a book out. Plus, our $15.86 per book. So, I mean, it's an investment for sure. We between keychains, oils, and books, I mean, we invested probably close to, I'd say, around maybe $250 to $300 a month to give away stuff, incentivize people. And then the other good thing is, I went to a lot of classes, and you always got to talk at the end, and I kind of just gave, my very brief, summed up doTERRA journey. And then, talked a little bit about the oils that were in my keychains. And that really, sparked people to ask questions and stuff. So, but just be prepared to do a lot of traveling. You're going to hear the same class about 1,000 times, and you're going to smile through it, and you're going to love it. And the thing that we wanted to do, we didn't really care about winning Diamond Club. That was never a goal for us. We just wanted to help our team out. And I think a lot of people took advantage of it, and it was great. I haven't even counted how many people we enrolled through Diamond Club, but it was, I think it was over 100, I think. I have to go back and look, but it was a lot of people. So it was great.
What was your final ranking?
We ended up 19th.
What? That's awesome.
19th. We held right around, I think at one time we were like 12th, and then so we were hanging between like 15 to 20 a lot of times the whole 4 months. And I think what got us at the end was a lot of people, you get points for advancing in rank. Mm-hmm. So that's what knocked us down a couple of pegs. But top 20 out of about 350 people, I think is what they say, started it. It was pretty cool. Good. Yeah.
And what are the prizes for Diamond Club?
This time around, the grand prize, the top 50 get to go on a sourcing trip, and it's going to be up in Washington State. I think they said it was peppermint, and they have a Roman chamomile field or something up there. So the top 50 get to go to a sourcing trip, and then the top 15 of that got a special welcome dinner with Emily Wright. So we wanted the 15th, but too bad. And then like fourth through grand prize, you got all that stuff, but it was a trip for two, and you got some money along with it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, that's fun. All right, cool. I know they've changed that because it didn't used to be a sourcing trip. That's a pretty huge incentive.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
And I've heard from a little bird that the Spring Diamond Club, the prizes are going to be the same. So if you want to go on a sourcing trip, you need to join Diamond Club and get in the top 50.
No pressure.
No pressure.
So the qualifications are, you do have to be silver rank in December. You have to have 3 personal enrollments, and you have to have somebody that lives 75 miles away with a small team of at least 5 people keeping LRP of 100 or more. Yes?
Right.
Okay.
Right. In order to, when you start to travel, to get reimbursed for your travel out of 75-mile range of your home, you do have to have someone on your team that has done at least 100 PV LRP the following month to get reimbursed.
One person in that area, right?
One person. They don't even have to come to that class. They just have to be in that area.
That's funny.
So there you go.
Yeah, for people who have teams that are, really 75 miles away, it's kind of perfect because you could really work on helping to boost that team in that period of time when you're doing Diamond Club and take advantage of the reimbursement for gas and that kind of thing. That's what you get reimbursed for, is your travel expenses. So it could be a plane ticket. What else could it be? Gas?
Yeah,
mileage.
They pay you mileage. Yeah, for if you drive. The only thing you have to do is you have to get a gas receipt from that area that you're in. So even if you don't need gas, you have to go get gas somewhere after the class or before the class.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah. Okay. But these are things, you may not be super close to silver for December, but to plan out, okay, but I'm going to be silver by the next time Diamond Club comes around, which it happens in fall and it happens in spring.
Right.
So you could definitely do it by next fall. So, all right. Well, awesome. I'm trying to think if does anybody have any questions about Diamond Club? Does anybody have any questions about Silver Club? I know Kelly mentioned that briefly. And it's totally separate and different, but with some vague similarities. Okay. Are Lane and Angela doing Diamond Club in the spring?
No. No, maybe not. I was glad to do it, and I told Angela when we were talking about doing Diamond Club that this would be the only time that we would ever be able to do it.
Yeah.
Was this fall.
Well, they actually don't allow you to do it 2 times in a row. So I'm pretty sure, unless they make some certain exception for people, but generally they don't let you do it 2 consecutive times.
There you go.
So sorry, Elaine, you're going to have to cancel that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Is anyone in here planning to do Diamond Club in the spring? Or thinking about it, tossing the idea around? Shelly? Nope. What?
Oh, Shelly.
We answered that too fast. That's funny.
Sorry, I've heard a couple people are thinking about it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hearing the rumblings. Ooh, Robin's thinking. I like that, Robin. And I know you have a lot of long distance people on your team, so that would be a really good fit for you. I think that's a smart idea. Oh, Kelly did talk
it's really good if you have people outside of your 75 miles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kelly talked about sponsors. What that means, though, I'll let Lane explain because she didn't explain exactly what that means, and that can be confusing. Lane.
So sponsors is you have to get, I think it's 3 of your uplines to agree to help reimburse your travel. doTERRA gave us 13 cents a mile outside of our 75 miles, or up to $250 for a plane ticket. So doTERRA will pay half of that $250, and then your sponsors are they're going to pay for the other half of that.
Yeah. And I'll say I've sponsored several people through it. And, if sponsorship is something that you might hesitate about, it ends up being, when you divide that between 3 people, it doesn't end up coming to too terribly much. Maybe about $75 a month. It might have been higher than that some months, but not super significant. What was I going to say? It's nice to, kind of act like you have some part in all the hard work that they're doing, even though not really. And it's really a cool thing. I mean, to think that doTERRA will give you $250 towards a plane ticket. There's not many places in the United States, contiguous anyway, that you couldn't fly for that price. So to have basically free airfare to get to your team, if they're that far away, that'd be great. Shelly says she needs to have a long distance team started first. Well, Shelly, I know you have some potential there, so no excuses. And then Robin, how many classes a week did you do? Lane, that's you.
I think we did around 30 or 40 classes between me and Angela, and we were I was doing. There was a couple nights I had 2 classes in the same night, while Angela's gone to another class. So we enrolled. I think the average through the Diamond Club portal was somewhere between 20 to maybe 25, 28 a month.
Wow. That's crazy.
We didn't incentivize hosts.
That's not true. You did too.
Huh?
You did.
What did I give the host?
Well, you had the roller bottle offer.
Yeah, and that didn't really work out. We tried to, sorry. We did have an incentive to, if you got at least 10 people to a class, in a month, we would send you, I think it was like a dozen roller bottles and the labels to go on them, and so you could have like a roller ball class with your team. But it didn't work out in 1 month. People had classes, but usually it was like once or twice a month, and then for all 4 months. So I think Desiree actually got the rollerball class, and I'll have to go back and look to see what else we had. Trying to think. Lori probably qualified for that too. I'll send her some.
Mm-hmm. How did you book those classes, Robin?
We sent out like an email flyer to all our builders, and just basically told them to let us know when your classes were, and it was basically first come first serve if we could get there. So for like local area, that worked pretty well. Of course, Angela went to she actually did a class in Utah right before convention, and she went to Texas before convention. So those, like where she had to fly or drive a long way, we kind of planned those maybe a month out, and got with that leader of that team in that area to set up all the classes in that area for us. So when Angela got there, it was all planned out and ready to go, and she just went and did the classes.
There are some tools available from Share Success, like I think it's called Diamond Club planning thing. It's like several pages long, a brochure type thing, and it has really good ideas about if you're traveling someplace like out of town to make the most, basically maximize your time there by having maybe a business training and 2 classes. Like if you're flying in Saturday night, try to get there early enough to have a class Saturday night or some kind of a business training, and then do 2 things on Sunday or something like that. And it is a really helpful tool, so that you're managing those trips really well.
Yeah, and like I said, this was almost like a last minute. When we applied, I think there was 1 day left before the deadline. So it was really like a split decision. Let's just do it. And so if we had, maybe some more time to look into the different programs and tools to help out, that would have been probably helpful. But we basically have a 16-foot long dry erase board that I made with a calendar with 4 months written out, and we wrote on there every day where I was supposed to be and where Angela was supposed to be and what time and who the class was for. And so we had 4 months layout up there in our office, and we also used our phones and like Google calendars and all that stuff. But it just worked for me to be able to see it, I guess. But
yeah, me too. I don't really have other builders. Would you recommend waiting until fall?
I would. I mean, there's no harm if you get accepted. Then I would say do it and do it as well as you can. I mean, they're not going to penalize you. Oh, nice! You just forgot there was a call face. You just ran in here.
Oh, look who it is.
So, I mean, I would do it, and I would do the best you could at it. Wow, you're like a Muppet. Get out of here.
Excuse me?
So yeah, I would just do it, and if you get in, you great, and then go for it.
Yeah, I mean, my thought is that Robin, since you have those people far away anyway, it would be worth to go and show them your support, and then you never know who will enroll from those classes. I mean, the main thing is I think making sure that your hosts are on the same page and are really hyping up the classes and making sure people show up so that you don't fly all the way there and have no-show classes.
That'd be a bummer.
Yeah, but if they'll commit and get the people there, then you definitely should go. So, yeah. All right. Well, Ange, you were supposed to have time to think about ways people could implement some of the things you learned during Diamond Club in a regular period of time with their regular classes. Any thoughts on that?
I think that using the keychains when people enroll and then giving people a book with LRP is a very effective incentive. Something that I'll continue with my own enrollees and probably even with like enrollees of new builders that I'm helping.
Yeah, we've done the book a lot, and if it's your own enrollments, you'll be compensated basically for that. You know, through Diamond Club, you probably aren't going to get fast start on all those people to cover those costs, but on your regular day-to-day, if you're doing the enrollment and you offer the book incentive to somebody who does 100 LRP in the next month, that'll cover the cost of that book. So that's
right. Yeah, it's definitely worth them having the book, and then, and you know, having an incentive that goes along with doing an LRP the next month does a couple of things. It makes you really make a point to meet with them between now and then to make sure they understand the LRP, and you know that the fact that if they choose to do it, then they're going to get some extra things, and it also gets them kind of started on LRP. Whether or not they cancel it the next month, I mean, you can't know. Maybe they will, but at least they're started on it, and a certain percentage of people who just get the ball rolling will continue to order for at least a few months, and you know, then still your job to help them and keep them interested. But it's different than somebody ordering at enrollment and then never ordering again for 9 months and then trying to get them re-involved. It's a lot easier. You'll have better success with LRP if you get people started on it from the beginning.
Absolutely. Very good. Okay. Well, anybody have any questions? We can linger here for a little bit waiting to see. No? Okay.
Okay, so my question is, how do I unmute this? Like, how do I chat on this thing? That's my only question.
On Zoom?
Yeah, I don't see it as an option.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
I know people have done it from their phones, but I'm not sure how. Is anyone on their phone that can explain it? I don't know.
Maybe it's not.
I can explain it.
Go.
So
Okay.
if you just click, like just tap your phone, you'll see a few choices on the bottom, and then you click the little bubble thing that has 3 dots in it. It says participants under it, and then that's where the chat is. And then you just click chat. The chat is right down on the left bottom, and then you can type something.
Yeah, you rock. Thank you.
Yeah, you can't do it from your earbud there.
I mean, you know what, Lane? Yes, I am on the earbud, but I'm also bathing children. So, you know, it's what happened.
Okay, so it can linger a little bit. I talked about going over Canva really quick. If that's something you guys want to stick around for, I'm happy to do that. If you want me to save that for a totally different night, we can do that too. I don't like to keep people more than 45 minutes if they don't want to. I know it's a lot of information already.
I'll stick around for the Canva thing,
all right.
I can't figure it out.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it then. So I'm going to start screen share. Well, hang on one second. I think. Got to move this window. All right, give me a second to manipulate Zoom to my liking. Okay. And if you haven't heard me mention, they're doing some major good updates to our websites, both back office and where you order from. So I'm excited about those. I suspect they'll hopefully launch it after leadership. I don't know if it'll be that fast or not, but okay. So go to canva.com. Super simple. You can see what I'm doing, right? Yes, you can see what I'm doing. Somebody nod and say, yes, I can see what you're doing.
Yes.
Yes, I can see what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So it's really simple. Once you're logged in, it pops up with, this is where it popped up. So this is what it pops up to. And it's cool because you can choose whatever you're working on. So are you making a Facebook post? Are you making, Instagram post? Are you making a poster even? And we've made a lot of posters with Canva, and it works really well. If you're doing a generic social media that's square, Instagram, everything is square. Facebook posts are a little bit different shape. Although I don't like how this one works. I'm not sure what's the right one, but so you can look at create a design, and there's lots more to choose from. Maybe you're working on your blog or your website or whatever, and so there's lots of different options here. Making a card. It's really handy because it's kind of way simpler than even like Word, I think, when I used to use Word like in college. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to pick one thing. I'm going to do social media. And anything that you post, it's worth taking the 3 minutes that it takes to make a good graphic. Because if you're posting something without a graphic, chances are people are going to scroll right past. So for example, let's say we're doing free frankincense. So what I generally do is I pick one of these guys, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with what I actually want to say. So you just pick one of these, and it's just helpful because it gives you kind of a blank canvas to start with. So let's see. Let's pick this guy. Okay. So I'm going to talk about free frankincense. So really quickly, I'm going to go steal some imagery. So you go to Google and you search for doTERRA frankincense. There we go. Then we look at images. This is what plagiarism looks like, folks. Most doTERRA images we are totally welcome to use whenever we want to, because doTERRA wants us to be blasting their images all over the internet like crazy. That's the whole point of network marketing, is we do the marketing. Okay, this one's relatively decent. Hopefully you want to make it a larger size. This one's kind of small. You can tell how big they are. It'll say here how big they are, but you can tell when you hover over it. See, this one's large. See how big that one is? That one comes straight from doTERRA. So you want it to be fairly large, because if it's not large enough, so we'll use this one. Or hold on, you guys, your faces are in the way, so I can't. Hold on, let me move faces. Okay. Oh, here, I like this one. That's more me. So you pick what you like. I'm going to save it. Save image as. You do have to save it to your computer. Right click. I'm just going to say Frank. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Canva if it will let me, but it might not because this thing is in the way. Okay. Okay, everybody still see Canva? Shake your head if yes. Okay, so I'm still working on this image, and I'm going to go to Uploads, and I'm going to upload my image. I called it Frank. There it is. You could search it if you have a Mac. I don't know how, if you're not using Mac, it'll be similar, but not Mac. Okay, so there it is. It's automatically uploaded. So there's already an image in the background you can see there. And I just want to replace that image. So all I'm going to do is drag and drop, and there, automatically is replaced. Isn't that perfect? I love it. But clearly they have applied some kind of a filter to their image there. So I'm going to go to the filter here and go back to normal to start from scratch. But then I might want to play with some of these filters just to make it so you can read the words even better. And, you know, just have fun. Grayscale, Nordic, whatever you want it to be. And then you can change the intensity of that filter. Okay. So now the text, click on that. You double click it so it's highlighted, and then you just change it, whatever you want it to be. You could do this faster if it had selected all, but it didn't. So I'm just keep going with what I got. So frankincense, free gift of a lifetime. Okay. So there you have that. You're going to want to change. Make sure you change all the text. Maybe message me for deets. And then your name or your website or whatever you want to put. Okay. So that's on there. Simple as pie or cake or whatever simpler. Pie is kind of simpler. It's less ingredients, but anyway. Okay. So then you want to probably change this file name to Free Frank. Okay. That's changed. It'll save automatically into your Canva or whatever, but you're gonna, if you want to download it to upload to Facebook or whatever, or you can share straight from here. And it just depends on how you want to do it. So you could tweet it, you could Facebook post it, or you could download it and use it somewhere else, or you could share the link of this image with your team maybe so that they could share it too. So it is a very convenient tool, and they're making it better all the time by creating folders for you and all kinds of stuff. And you can see all the images I've ever uploaded are here. So let's say I didn't want to download something from the internet. Say I just wanted to find, see what they have in Canva already in terms of free images, because they have lots that you can use, and they have lots you can pay for too. So let's just, for fun, see what happens if I type in frankincense in their search. Oh, isn't that fun? Okay, look, that's kind of a cool, fun picture that you can use. So they'll charge you a one-time $1 for that to use that image. And it might be worth it because, I mean, look, it fits perfectly. It's the gift of frankincense, right? It doesn't get better than that. And you can play with it again like we just did with the other one once you've, you know, well, I think you can even, like now, filter it, change it to drama. Oh, they're so much better. Look at this, guys. It's a miracle. And then you have all these other options over here. No, I don't like him. So you can just play around and see what you like and decide if you want to pay that one-time $1 fee, then you download it and use it as many times as you want. And I think you have 24 hours access to that image so that you can play with it later and make other things with it and that kind of thing. You can tell that you didn't pay for it though. A lot of times I see people post with these lines in the background. Well, those lines mean that you didn't pay for the image. When you pay for the image, those lines will disappear. It's a watermark. So I'll give you another example. See how he's got white and then lines and Canva in there? Yeah, that's not, you don't want to post pictures with that. That looks pretty unprofessional. So that's something, a convenient tool. But then, let's see. I'm going to look up lemon. There might be a free lemon. Sometimes these have like a free option, and there's a way to search free images. Although now I don't remember how. Maybe they've made that more difficult just for the sake of making more money, but. Oh yeah, no, so plant, there's lots of free plant options. Okay?
Yeah, the free ones always show up first.
They show up first, yeah, okay. Any other questions about Canva? I mean, it's pretty much that simple with no matter what you do. There's some element options. So for example, say you don't like how this looks. One of the things I like to do to keep it so that the words pop, I'll take the square and reshape it. Okay, there it is. It's on the, where I want it to be, but it's in front. It needs to be in back. So I'm gonna arrange it and send it to the back. Okay, so there, now you can see the letters a little bit better. And I don't love how dark that is, so I'm gonna fade it a little bit. Just still helps you be able to make those letters pop a little bit. Okay, so, and there's a bunch of free shapes, and then there's shapes that you pay for. So it just depends on what you wanna do there. And then text. So say you don't love this text, you can pick one of these little pre-made kind of textography. Is that a word? No, typography. There we go. Typography things. Or you can play with the different fonts that they have. There's lots of options. Oregano. No. So, you know, just kind of play. There are some that are a little bit more trendy. I think this one, no, that's not it. Hold on, let me see if I can find the one that I feel like everybody uses right now. Kind of like that. Anyway, so there's lots that you can do. It's very versatile. It's very free. And even if you're going to buy some of this stuff, very inexpensive for making graphics like this. And if you're making something that you're going to use over and over and over again, you know, it's probably worth spending $1 on it. So anyway, anything else you want me to cover, guys? Come on, you can put frames around it. Okay, so say you want the frame, but you want it to be a different color. Oh yeah, it's money right there. Okay. This is helpful, right? I'll do one more example. What should I make a meme for? Somebody tell me. No ideas. Do you want to leave the site? Leave. Uh-oh, I didn't save it. It's gone for good. Oh, no. Look, they saved it automatically for me. It's magically, automatically. So you can see some of the examples of other things that I've made. I mean, I always am in here. They send me emails all the time and say, man, you really use this a lot. You should probably pay. But I don't. There are some added features that you can pay for that I do think are probably worth it, but we haven't gotten there yet because we're managing with it free. So let's see, create a design. A Pinterest graphic.
You should probably go over how to like post it to things.
Okay, well, I talked about that briefly, but so if you download it and then when you're on Facebook, you pick that as your picture to post, you know, or here you can share straight from here. It makes it pretty easy. Post to Facebook here. And then I think you can choose, let's see where it leads us. Hold on.
Like, you know, we put it in our newsletter and we have to download it and then add it to like S'more as a graphic, basically.
Well, if you it depends on what you're using to send your emails. If you download it as a JPEG, you should be able to put it right in your email.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't need S'more to do that necessarily, but S'more keeps track of all your contacts. So that's a separate software that you might want to use. So here you get to choose, you know, where are you going to share that? You could share it in a private message. You know, yes, leave. Why? It doesn't trust me at all.
Looks like Robin's asking a question on the chat.
Okay, good. I can't open it. Can you ask it for me?
I just said, can you make one? What would you make if you're doing a class? Because I run out of creativity sometimes.
Okay, classes. That's a good question. So that's where I really basically just steal from the internet. Okay, what am I going to make? I probably wouldn't make this shape. This is a Pinterest graphic. I don't usually post my classes on Pinterest. So going back to Canva, create a design.
Hey, Drew.
So Facebook post, we can try it and see what happens. So what? Oh, Drew showed up.
I used the waffles.
Yeah, that's what I just chose. Okay. All right, so now let's see. And it doesn't have to be like, images are good, but it could be as simple as using that. You know, this is 100%. I've used this one before. So, you know, oil basics. Your family needs them. There you go. Done. D-O-N-E. You might want to put like the class details on here. Although you really can just make this an eye catcher and put the details in your text that you post with on Facebook. Something else that you can do is, you know, maybe you have a few graphics that you use kind of on a regular basis. Like this one might be familiar to you. It didn't work right. Hold on. Let me redo that. What? Bam. It's not working. Hold on. Okay, that's not working because I think I had to use a photo one. Let's see if the guy balancing in the chair. No. All right. I don't know what just happened.
You do.
Okay, I'm going back to layouts. I'm going back to. Okay, I'm going to pick one with a picture. I think you do have to pick one with a picture so that you can put one of your pictures in. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to work. Go to uploads. So then you just scooch this picture over and it automatically takes the place of the one that's there. Let's see. You can see all the different ones that I've stolen. This one's a pretty one I like to use. I like this one because if you put the text at the bottom, it shows up pretty well on that wood. And you just kind of stretch that to make it fit. Scooch it down. See, look, easy peasy. Put your words in there that you want it to say, and you're good to go. And then you can play with this picture a little bit with those filters, which you may or may not like. It just depends. I don't like that filter. That one's okay. Maybe you want to talk about a huge holiday sale that's available to you right now. Oh, something else you can do. So this image is cropped funny when it goes in here. So if you double click on the image, you can shift it around so that it's cropped the way you want it to be, which is good. So, I mean, I want to see all his face as much as I can. But you know what? I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to make it bigger. Oh, no, now he's off the page. So then I'm just going to move him down, keep making him bigger, and move him down. Right? And we want to make sure his leggings are still in the picture. So that's as big as we're going to keep it. Click the check. This is going to have to change colors because you can't see it. Where's the color? There's the color. And it's going to have to change size because it won't be seen there.
Lacey, do you put your logo on all of your graphics, or do you recommend that, and how?
I don't always. I do sometimes, but usually if I'm posting to my website, I do. I like to make things that are, if I post to Instagram, sometimes I'll post I'll put, here, I'll just show you. I put, at Schoolhouse Oils and Farm. I find that I haven't gotten in the habit of doing that because I have mixed feelings about it. There are some times where I feel like it's appropriate for us to put our website on there, and other times where I want the graphic to be something that everyone can share and not feel like they're advertising for me. So like for team classes, I don't often put my logo on there.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. So I don't know. There's pluses and minuses to both situations, I think. So just weigh it out. Each thing might be different. Anything else?
Lacey, when you're done with Canva, I have another question.
Okay. Yeah. Are you there? Kim?
I'm going to ask. Yeah, you want me to ask now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at your welcome letter.
Oh, it was totally separate from Canva. Yeah, okay, now I understand.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, yes, and my welcome letter.
What program did you use to make it?
Oh dear.
Because I couldn't open it in anything. I mean, I could open it and see it. I just couldn't do anything to it.
I use Google Page or Docs. I mean for that.
Okay.
And if you want to edit it, I can't remember. I haven't used that one in a while. If you wanted to edit it, you might have to have access to the original file and make a copy and then edit it.
That's okay. I mean, I can probably do something separate. I just thought it would be simpler to edit it, but I'll figure out something.
Honestly, I haven't been using that, so it's probably pretty out of date.
Oh, that's good to know.
So you might be better off just starting with this program. Honestly, you can do it pretty quick if you wanted to. I don't know what layout you could use for that.
I'm not sure either. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best one.
Maybe a blog graphic if you could keep it short and sweet, and then just paste that into an email. You probably could do that.
I think what I like most about it is that you had a lot of information, but in a short, concise way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was my effort.
Yeah, well, you did it. I mean, and that's what I liked about it because I feel like I'm long-winded at times, of course.
Yeah, we'll copy what's relevant. Here you go. There's documents right here. I've never used those before, but that's pretty cool that you can do that too.
Okay.
So, and then these presentations, if you were making a slideshow, those would be suitable for a slideshow. So, or PowerPoint. So you could potentially make all the images for your PowerPoint in here and then put them in PowerPoint or in Google Slides or whatever you're going to use.
Okay.
And look nicer. So who is still on this call? You guys are diehards.
I don't even know.
Oh man, a lot of you are still on here. I love it. 9 of you. You are diehards.
So is this recorded or not?
It is.
So I can look.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And
I can look back at
I've
it.
been having some technical difficulties with converting Zoom files so that I can post them to YouTube, but I will do my best. And I think they resolved the issue. So it should get posted tonight or tomorrow. So, okay.
Okay. All right. I'm muting myself again.
Okay. Anything else? I mean, I really will say that it might take, there's a learning curve probably with this. You play around with it, but having self-taught myself Photoshop, this is like, I could have saved thousands upon thousands of hours of my time if this program had existed, because you really can't go wrong. In 15 minutes, even if you're just starting for the first time, you can make something that looks decent. So it's like a huge, huge, massive cheat sheet for this kind of thing. Okay. Anybody? Anything? All right. Well, with that, I'm going to end the call. And thank you very much for getting on. And I hope you guys are all doing great and enjoying colder weather, or not if you're in Florida. But all right. Good night, guys.